The play our group was assigned was A Streetcar Named Desire. For the production of our play, we decided that Cleveland was a great option as our play takes place in an urban city just like the city of Cleveland. Cleveland is a major city in the state of Ohio. It's located in the north, about 2 hours from the capital city of Columbus. Cleveland is a city that continues to grow daily, with a population of 396,815. Areas surrounding the city, as well as in the city, contain an unimaginable range of ages, including college students from CSU, Cleveland State University, and other schools close by, to the masses of high schools, to all the workplaces in the city. Cleveland also has a very pristine theater program. The program in the city has held an abundance of community engaging education programs that reach out to an abundance of students, educators, and artists, including family engagement as well. Cleveland as a whole is noticed as a working class or middle class city. This socioeconomic rating correlates directly with the city of New Orleans. The city of Cleveland meets the needs of A Streetcar Named Desire in this way, as Stanley is a working class male in a small 2-bedroom apartment. Cleveland also relates to New Orleans in a way of diversity. Both Cleveland and New Orleans contain an African American population above 50%. Cleveland is huge about equal opportunity, as is the city of New Orleans. The city of Cleveland relates to one of the themes of the play. The play produces feelings and the realization of everyday life struggles that the average human faces. The people of Cleveland face everyday struggles in the city, just like the characters experienced in A Streetcar Named Desire.
People can relate to the major characters in A Streetcar Named Desire as they encounter similar problems. A character that a lot of people can relate to is Blanche, as she has an obsession with personal appearance. This can be seen in today's society as a lot of people base their self worth off of their image. Stanley Kowalski is another relatable character as he represents the heterogeneous American. He has a diverse personality, which can be seen through his loyalty to his friends, due to being a World War II veteran. Due to the consequences of the war, people with PTSD can relate to his turn to alcohol and violent nature and not knowing how to deal with his emotions. Stella is another character that people can relate to as she is a victim of domestic violence, which is a major issue in today's society that females struggle with. They can relate to how her relationship with Blanche is strained and how she feels trapped in her marriage. A Streetcar Named Desire contains universal themes that are everlasting in the world of today. People can relate to the double standard between men and women through Stanley's abuse of Blanche due to her promiscuity. The play also focuses on self denial through the eyes of Stella and how she does not want to believe her own sister. The play also discusses false perceptions through Blanche's inability to cope with reality and constantly putting up a facade, as well as giving into sexual urges to cope with her struggles. Blanche also deals with mental health issues, leading her to be sent to an insane asylum, which the audience can sympathize with since mental health awareness is prominent today. Overall, by viewing this play, audiences of all ages will relate to the relationships between men and women.
The plot of A Streetcar Named Desire can easily be visualized on stage as its main scenes occur in the Kowalskis' apartment and on the street. Tennessee Williams visualized that both the setting of the apartment and the street would be seen at the same time by the audience. This emphasizes the thematical aspect of how the Kowalskis' home is not a sanctuary. The apartment is impermeable to the reality as the characters constantly leave and enter throughout the play. bringing problems they encounter into the home. A great example of this flexible set is the scene before Blanche gets raped. The back wall of the scene in past productions has been made to turn transparent, which in turn portray what is happening on the street, which foreshadow what will happen in the last scene. Overall, this propels the play's plot, which creates tension and keeps the audience on constant edge, making this play an enjoyable and memorable experience. One of the main reasons why we chose Cleveland as our main city for the production of A Streetcar Named Desire is due to Playhouse Square being located in the heart of Cleveland. Playhouse Square is the largest performing arts center besides New York City, and it attracts over 1 million performances per year. It is also renowned as being on one of Northeast Ohio's top 76 area of workplace. What is unique about Playhouse Square is that it is a nonprofit performing arts center, which attracts many important donors such as Coca-Cola, Duke Printing and Mailing Services, KeyBank, Medical Mutual, and United Airlines. This makes it a prominent place for a successful play like A Streetcar Named Desire to be produced. Bringing a popular play like A Streetcar Named Desire to Playhouse Square would have many benefits, such as bringing more revenue to small businesses that surround the area of the theater. In 2003, household earnings in Cleveland increased by 10.5 million because of Playhouse Square activities. It would also bring attention to the city, as the play has been produced before on Broadway and has also been made into a movie. Theater in Cleveland is a very historical aspect, therefore bringing a monumental play to be remade in the city would build upon the rich culture of theater that Cleveland already has. It would also bring upon more jobs and opportunities to young artists because they would have the opportunity of being casted in the play. Playhouse Square currently employs 422 people, and they are always looking for more.
As history shows, A Streetcar Named Desire has been very successful in every production and performance. After it was produced in 1948, it was nominated for 16 awards thereafter. The awards that were awarded to A Streetcar Named Desire, and just the year after it was produced, were things like New York Drama Critics Circle Best Play and a Pulitzer Prize for Drama, as well as a plethora of actor nominations, including Jessica Tandy, Jessica Lange, Rachel Weisz, Ruth Wilson, Frances McDormand, Blythe Danner, Alec Baldwin, Amy Ryan, and Gillian Anderson, with many winners like Jessica Tandy, Jessica Lange, Rachel Weisz, and Ruth Wilson. Awards like Theater World Award for Best Actress in a Play to Jessica Lange, and many Tony Awards and Olivier Awards. This play was also nominated for 3 more Tony Awards and 2 more Olivier Awards. A Streetcar Named Desire was performed in a lot of different forms in the art world, including television, movies, opera, and ballet, and with every production, not even one failed, even with the different forms. The productions were so successful, in fact, that during an auction, a signed copy by Tennessee Williams himself of A Streetcar Named Desire was bought for $9,000. An average price we found was about $90 per ticket for a Broadway show of A Streetcar Named Desire. At $90 a ticket, with however many seats a Broadway show has, we are looking at a lot of revenue with a lot of profit.
Our marketing approach for A Streetcar Named Desire is set up in a way to cut costs and make use of as many resources available to us as possible. This will be done in order to promote profitability of the show while also consistently filling the house. Using Playhouse Square sponsorships, such as the ones listed, social media like Twitter and Instagram, and the local news media coverage, we can spread the word across Cleveland and its surrounding areas. We can also count on the show to promote itself through its history of success and the word of mouth of our patrons. Now, keeping with the past success of the show in mind, we can expect a decent return from the investment in the show's production. Starting with the costs, we can get a good visual idea of what to expect by looking at a similarly popular show in a similar location. For this, we will be using the West End production of Equus, which started with an overall investment of about $1,129,500. So, with all the factors of rehearsal costs, production costs, marketing, and creative fees, we can see that we can expect to need an investment of roughly $1.2 million to produce A Streetcar Named Desire at Playhouse Square. Moving forward to our expected revenue, we will continue to use Equus to base our profit model. Looking at the data from the production of Equus, it shows that the production recouped its costs after running for about 9 weeks. We can be expected to do similarly well if we base our ticket prices similarly while accounting for inflation and factoring in running costs of the show, which in this case were about $145,200 a week for Equus. Just applying the ticket prices to a full Allen Theater, which seats about 2,500 people, we can see that our gross earnings will come out to about $587,500 after a week or about 5 showings. So, using this model, we can expect to see profit from revenue after about 9 weeks, showing that a streetcar named Success lives up to its name financially.
As we conclude this presentation, we wanted to take a look back at why a streetcar named Desire would be produced again in Cleveland, of all places. We believe that a streetcar named Desire would follow history and have a means of being very successful in the Playhouse Square in Cleveland, Ohio. The Playhouse Square is great for something like a streetcar named Desire. It holds a massive amount of people, as well as great advertising and great recognition with a great history in the theater world. A streetcar named Desire is often called a streetcar named Success. This is because it has been so successful in the past, and we believe just as much that it will be successful in the future. We believe that bringing this play to Cleveland will have extreme economic benefits for the city, as well as producing jobs for citizens. Since a Playhouse Square and a streetcar named Desire are so popular, this will bring much more attention to both as a whole, as well as the city, attracting more people to it, as well as building on the culture and history of Playhouse Square, as well as the history of theater in Cleveland, while also building credibility and experience of a production company. Doing any play will create more opportunities for young artists who aren't quite ready for Broadway, but need a good, viable place to put on a resume. The subject of this play will also resonate with people in the city of Cleveland, as they can better understand the city of New Orleans better than someone who lives in the country with farmland. This play contains very hard but relatable subjects that could attract more of an audience in the city, as they are more aware of things happening, such as prostitutes in one of the last scenes. The last thing that we really think pushes this pitch over the edge of success is our costs versus sales. We will be making a huge profit because this play is so popular, as well as getting sponsored by big companies and being aware of a budget. This play will make an abundance of economic sense for the city of Cleveland and Playhouse Square. All of these reasons make us stand firm on the fact that a streetcar named Desire would be a streetcar named Success in Cleveland.